Hello neighbor, this is Curt with Etrailer, and today we're taking a look at the Westin Hard Tri-Fold Tonneau cover. Now a tonneau cover is an excellent way to keep those items in your truck bed dry, free of debris, and in the case of a hard tonneau cover like this, secure. So let's take a look. So being a hard tonneau cover, this does have a bit of a load support up here on the top of it while it's closed. Evenly dispersed, you could put about 661 pounds up here. So again, that's evenly dispersed. You don't want to put all that in one spot. It won't hold that way. But if it's all spread out up here, you've got quite a bit of weight that you could throw up here in order to, help you out when you're loading and unloading or just keeping things on standby while you get ready. It's made out of aluminum. It is a matte finish, and it's got this really kind of interesting texture here on the panels. I like the matte finish and this texture because if I am loading stuff up on the top here, that's going to be something that's going to do a really good job of hiding scratches. We've got these rubber seals all along the edges here on both the driver and the passenger side. That's going to do a really good job of keeping that rain and snow and dust and things out of our truck bed. We also have a seal up here at our bulkhead that's going to help any runoff from up here on the cab from getting in. And we have something very similar back here at our tailgate. And as we get into our tailgate, let's go ahead and take a look at how it operates. What we have on either side are pinch latches, and you don't have to operate them simultaneously in order to get them to work. All you need to do is do one side, and it'll come up on both the passenger and the driver's side. So here is that tailgate seal that I was talking about. Here's the pinch latch over here on our passenger side, and it's going to operate both sides as you pinch it in. In fact, we have these pinch latches on each one of our panels. Now, in the case of this panel here, because I don't have any strap or anything that can really secure this down if I want to drive with it open like this, I wouldn't leave it open to this degree. But what these latches are going to do on each panel is because it's securing it down, that's going to be a lot less vibration and rattle as I'm driving. So that's going to make this a much less noisy and much more comfortable ride. So I'm going to go ahead and do the pinch latch here on this panel. We'll fold it up to here. And as we come up, on both the driver and the passenger side, we've got these latches for our safety straps. Now these we can latch in, and that would allow us to drive with the tonneau cover open in case we have any cargo that comes up higher than the cover itself. And we're going to go ahead and lift our final panel here. And as we do that, we can hold it upright a bit. We do have these support rods here. They're going to store into these little placeholders here underneath our rails, so they're out of our way when we've got the tonneau cover closed. And they're going to attach right up here at the top of the cover and leave it up and supported. This is going to give us full access to our entire bed as we get different loads in and out of here. One thing to keep in mind though is that when it's up like this, you are going to completely block out your rear view mirror and your rear window. So bear that in mind when we have it open all the way like this. So we also have these drain tubes here. Now, we didn't do a permanent install. We put this on for demo purposes, but generally what you would find in a truck bed are plugs like you have here or holes just plain drilled in that you're going to run these through so that they go out the bottom of the bed and nothing gets pulled up in here. In fact, the drain system on this tonneau cover is really, really nice. There's a couple little safeguards. One is along the rubber rail here. This is going to make for a great little pooling area for water and stuff like that. The hole for our drain tube is right here. So any of that water is just going to run through that, down our tube, and out the bottom of the bed. Installation on this tonneau cover is actually really simple, especially compared to some other tonneau covers that I've installed. So all you're going to have is the rails and these clamps. Westin is going to provide you with any of the tools that you would need to do this in the packaging. The only thing that you might want to provide is some sort of a cutting tool, like a box cutter or a scissor. And that's for the foam seal that's here on top of our bulkhead that you really can't see once this is on. And that's going to run passenger to driver side up here at the top of the bulkhead, just creating an extra seal up there. But other than that, everything is provided. Installation is pretty simple. It is something that if you're pretty handy, you could do on your own. It would probably take you less than an hour. But if, installing things like that are difficult for you, try and use our dealer locator on our website. That'll connect you with an installer close to you so you can get this on your favorite truck. So when it comes time to close it up, we're going to go ahead and detach our safety straps. We do have a loop here to get them secured and keep them out of our way. And then we're just going to walk it down. And the weight of it actually really helps it out when it comes to clamping down. So as we move our way back to the tailgate here, get a nice snug fit there. Go ahead and close our tailgate. And our load is secure, and we can expect it to be free of a lot of dust and pretty dry as well. So that's a look at the Westin Hard Tri-Fold Tonneau cover. And if you have any questions about it, or if you've got some experience with this tonneau cover, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. We would love to share them with other neighbors just like you so they can make the best decision for themselves. Once again, this is Curt with Etrailer. Thanks for stopping by.